Hi everyone, welcome to Red Elevator. I'm Nina Takesh, and today we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons why you need an interior designer. Now for daily inspiration and top tips about interior design, make sure and follow me on Instagram at Nina Takesh. Believe it or not, tip number one is that you will save money. Many people ask, how am I going to save money if I'm actually paying someone to do my interior design? Well, you're going to avoid a lot of costly mistakes when hiring a professional. For instance, your interior designer has trade discounts that they can share with you. So right there off the bat, you are going to save money on the products that you purchase for your home. Another reason why hiring an interior designer saves you money is that you will have a more sellable home. Your home will be decorated in a way that will give you more money in the long term and more value to your house. Tip number two, professional assessment. What a designer can do for you is to assess your design plan, to look at the pieces that you already own and figure out what it is that you can keep and what it is that you're going to have to edit. These are the things that are very important in your design plan. A designer can not only give you the assessment, but it's an extra set of eyes, somebody to bounce ideas off of, and somebody who has that professional training that will be able to really give you the great look that you are searching for. Tip number three, why a designer is important. Budgeting and planning. Most designers come with a budget in mind and a plan in mind so that you don't go over budget. So in essence, this is also part of saving money. So what the designer knows to do is where to spend the big bucks and where not to spend money. There are lots of tricks that a designer knows about high-low. We talked about it in certain episodes where you can get, for instance, a faux throw for your chair, which costs maybe $100, and then you're going to spend maybe $3,000 on an incredible piece that will actually increase in value over time. Your interior designer is going to be very, very well versed at budgeting. So what they're going to have is an Excel sheet with line-by-line items with all the products that you need to purchase and their proposed pricing. This will enable you to stay on budget. It is important to keep track of everything from your raw materials to your finishing touches so that you keep track of exactly where your money's going. Tip number four, liaison. Your designer plays a crucial part in liaison with your architect if you are building from the ground up. So what this enables the designer to do is to look at certain elements of the house before they're finished, such as your lighting plan, such as your positioning of your furniture. And a good example of that is when you are in construction and you're placing your master bedroom, you want to make sure that you have the lighting placed, whether it's pendant lights or whether they're lights or sockets next to your bed. All of these little details are thought out way in advance. Again, they're going to save you money because you are not doing these things after the fact. You're doing them in advance and preparing for what's to come. Tip number five, resources. So interior designers have access to things that the general public does not have access to. And those are really important, and you want to be able to utilize some of those things, but you can't do them without a designer. An example of that are trade showrooms. Designers have access to different designer showrooms where they can see products that the general public does not have access to. These products are not only discounted for the designer, but they're also very difficult to see if you are not accompanied by a designer. Tip number six, contacts. Your interior designer will have not only a plethora of vendors available to them, but they also have great contacts such as electricians, plumbers, all types of subcontractors that they have worked with over the years that they trust, that are able to do a much better job than anybody you might research and find on your own. Tip number seven, home value. When hiring an interior designer, you are sure to increase the value of your home. Why? Well, because the interior designer is a professional and they will design your house in a way that is going to make it a lot more appealing and will certainly increase the ability and the potential to sell your home quickly. Tip number eight, the it factor. The it factor is important. You want people to come into your house and you want their jaws to drop. A designer can think outside the box, and a trained eye can do things and juxtapose things that you would never think of. So if you want that wow factor, you really need an interior designer. Tip number nine, cohesiveness. An interior designer tells a story in your home. From room to room, each room tells its own unique story, and they are able to bring that to life and show a cohesive look from room to room in your home. So if you want to have that cohesive look, you really need an interior designer. Tip number 10, a trained eye. An interior designer has many years of experience in what I call a trained eye. So they are going to see elements in a house that you would not necessarily see. Those trained eyes will definitely help you in bringing about the vision that you want to create in your home. So to summarize, why an interior designer is important to hire in any project, well, you've got a lot of help that will carry you through the project. I know that a lot of my clients really rely on me in order to be able to make big decisions. You are making a lot of decisions in interior design that are very costly, and you don't want to make costly mistakes. Interior design is about bringing in an artist that can really bring the home together. And the way that they can do that is by really exploring your lifestyle, seeing how you live, and also bringing in all the elements that are going to make a room look cohesive. Whether it's wallpaper, flooring, rugs, lighting, the decisions that an interior design makes are plentiful. There are so many details in interior design that most people overlook that it is critical to have a sounding board. For example, when choosing a baseboard, do you want to do an 8-inch, a 10-inch, an 11-inch? What kind of soffits are you going to be using when putting in air conditioning systems? You have to improvise, and so an interior designer can help you improvise the different soffits that can hide those air conditioning units that are not in your architectural plan. So having a designer is a little bit like having a surgeon on board. You've got someone who is willing and able to open up the project. They're willing to move things around. They are willing to make your home livable and also look incredible. Hope you enjoyed this video on why I think an interior designer can be very helpful. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you soon.